This is the Echols Unlimited podcast. I am your host, Terrence Echols, and this is the 20th episode of the Echols Unlimited podcast. It is November 16th, 2019. It's about 11:30 a.m. And for this special 20th episode, I have my guest on today. His name is Henry Makeny. He is a freshman forward for the Marist men's basketball team. Henry, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. So just talk about your background. Give the listeners a little bit about who you are and where you come from.
Well, I've lived here for the past 2 years. I went to prep school out in New Jersey, but like where I'm from, my family's from South Sudan, but we moved to Australia. Like I was at a very young age, so I've lived in Australia my whole life. So growing up there is pretty good. Basketball culture's improved a lot, so it's been fun.
Right. Yeah, because especially with this recent World Cup, like you saw Australia's like it's popping over there. Like they had it sold out for the basketball game, right?
Yeah,
it was an outdoor arena or?
I was indoor arena.
It was indoor.
It was indoor arena. Yeah.
How many people were there? Like 50,000 or something?
About 50,000.
Holy crap! Okay, that's awesome. All right, so when did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
Actually, my first love was soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I liked soccer when I was growing up. I used to play with my brothers. All my friends played soccer. So, like, probably about when I was 13, I was starting to get a little taller and taller. I started playing basketball. And, right away, like, as soon as I started playing, I realized, like, this is really what I wanted to do, what I continued. So I started watching basketball. And from then on, it's where it took me.
Mm-hmm. And who did you sort of emulate? Who did you like to watch over in Australia?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant? Okay.
Kevin Durant, hands down.
Awesome. All right. Did you watch a lot of NBA games or, like, what was the deal? Because I know they have the NBL over there. So, like, what did you watch NBL games too, or did you watch mostly just NBA and college basketball in the United States?
I watched definitely more NBA. And my brothers love the NBA. We all love them. We just watch NBA games, like, everything. So it was like mainly NBA and college March Madness when it come around.
Right.
NBL games were pretty good too, but like not compared to NBA games.
Okay, cool. All right, so talk about life growing up in Australia. Like, what are some of the biggest similarities and biggest differences from being in the United States?
Just living. People assume it's a lot different, but it's not as different as they think. Like, it's pretty like different, but like the lifestyle is pretty much the same. It's just growing up in Australia it was a good like community. Like everybody's like it's very multicultural in Australia. So like
it is.
You like know a lot of people. You get to know a lot of people growing up, and that's like how I felt when I came over here. Like going to prep school, got to learn a lot of different people like from different backgrounds and stuff. So I was like it resonated with.
What sort of sports leagues and games did you have available to you growing up?
We had a whole variety, like from like rugby league to AFL, Aussie rules football.
Aussie rules?
Yeah.
Is that like American football but with Aussie rules?
Oh, no, completely different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you play that?
You play that on like an oval arena. It's like a giant oval arena. You can dribble it. You can run. You can dribble the ball.
Really? What kind of ball is it?
It's a football, but like it's a different shape of football.
Okay. It's like more of like a round, bouncy type of ball? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You played that too, so?
Yeah, I played a little bit of AFL. Rugby league, like field hockey. I played all kinds of cricket.
Cricket,
all kinds of the classic. Yeah.
Awesome. So, you mentioned that you're Sudanese. So, did you do anything? Do you practice like Sudan culture from Sudan? Like, did you bring any of that over to Australia, or did you like immerse yourselves in Australian culture? Like, how did you sort of do that?
South Sudanese are very like culturally oriented. Like we love our culture. So like everywhere we go, we keep our culture. So like when we are in Australia, we have like cultural days where the whole community will come together and we'll celebrate and we just like embrace our culture, do cultural dances, wear cultural attire, and like just every day and like living at home is just it's the same culture, but like obviously we live like a different lifestyle in Australia.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so what kind of basketball like did you have available growing up? Like, did you play in like your school leagues, or did you have like a travel league, or what did you do? Or even when you came here, did you play AAU?
Yeah. First in Australia, we didn't really have AAU in Australia. We'd have travel basketball, but like we had like representative basketball. So like where you played, you represented like your region and then your state, and then possibly until like the national level.
Awesome.
So like I played on like the state team before I left. So I came over here. I played AAU with an Australian team actually, AUSA Hoops.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a team from Australia that plays here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And like who played on the team? Like what kind of guys were you playing with?
I played actually with a lot of like Division I basketball players, like Jacob Eberson. He's at I'm pretty sure he's at Creighton actually.
Creighton, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And like Noah Thomas is at Drake.
Okay.
Cam Haley is at Albany.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's a good program they have over
Yeah,
there.
great program. Yep. Harry Froling, he played with AUSA. He's playing in the NBL. He was a Rookie of the Year.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good guys that went through there.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever play against or play with Josh Green?
Josh Green, he did play in New South Wales, but that was like when I wasn't playing in New South Wales. So
Okay.
yeah, but he was there. He was around when I was playing.
Right, yeah. Why did you make the decision to come to America and go to Blair Academy?
Well, America's just like, it's like the land of opportunity. I saw the opportunity over here, like playing college basketball, like watching it. That's like what I aspired to do. Like I really wanted to do that. So like I decided like what would be best for my path for me to achieve that was to come over here. And like I watched like, I could say like kind of like big brothers to me, like Deng Gak, Gorjak Gak. They came here because they went to Florida, Miami.
Oh, wow.
And like Bill Wett, he went to SIUE. Like they all came over here and they all played over here. So I was like, that's what I really wanted to do. So
And they were from Australia too?
exactly, where I was
great.
in Australia. Yeah.
That's cool. So why did you choose to go to Blair? Like they just went to Blair, so you're like, I'm just gonna go to Blair too, or was that just like, did they recruit you, or how did that happen?
Firstly, like going to Blair, that happened like as I was the process of me coming over here. I was gonna go to a different prep school, but like my coach had a good connection with Coach Joe Mantegna at Blair, so they sorted it out. I ended up going to Blair, and ended working out perfectly.
Right. Yeah. I had Matt Turner on a couple of weeks ago, and he mentioned Blair. He was talking about how it was, different from a traditional high school in America, and how it was like somewhere in between sort of like traditional high school and college. Like what do you have to say about how your life was structured at Blair?
I completely agree with Matt Turner. Like Blair like simulated the college life like perfectly. Like schedules, like college schedules, college living, like the dorms. Like it was a lot like college, but like was still with the high school feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And they do a good job of preparing you not only to go to college and excel academically, but also on the basketball court. They set a lot of really good players to Division I and beyond. Even. And so, what was it like playing with such good competition? So I know you played with Jabri. He's going to
Virginia.
Virginia, yeah, exactly. Like I'm a big Virginia fan. Like so, it was nice to see that Virginia got such a high-rated recruit, and he seems to be pretty good, right?
Great player.
He is.
Great player.
And so, like, who else did you play with? Like, what was it like playing with such good competition at Blair?
Always the best. Like practices were intense. Always fun. Always going at it. I played with Dexter Akano. He's at Marquette. Jordan Dingle, University of Pennsylvania. Jabri obviously is going to Virginia. Keenan Worthington, he's walking on at Duke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had other offers, Division I offers, but ended up going to Duke.
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable.
Duke that's a big time program,
right.
so I don't blame him.
Right.
Jalen Blakes, he's a junior now, but like he's a big time player. Calder Gak, Luke Collage, I could name a whole bunch of players I played with.
Just the whole squad was
Division I players everywhere. It was amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. So, after you played 2 years at Blair?
2 years. 2 years.
All right. You played 2 years there. Did you ever think about like reclassifying or anything, or doing a postgraduate year or anything like that, or were you just set on going to college?
That's a great question because that's actually like what I was like, exactly about to do. I was on the verge of either doing a post-grad year or coming here to Marist. Like, I was like my final decision. After thinking it through, like speaking to my coaches, like after coming on my visit here, like I realized like college is probably the best bet. Like,
Right.
I was like, this is the place I kind of want to go to and like continue my basketball.
Right. And so, we recruited you, and so what about Coach Dunn made you want to play here?
Coach Dunn, it was him and Coach Makeny actually were college roommates.
Oh, okay.
So they had a great relationship, like first and foremost. Like Coach trusts him, Coach knows him. Like I obviously trust him in like everything. So that was great. And Coach is a defensive like oriented coach, defensive minded. Like that's what Coach Makeny preached at Blair. So like defense, and that's what I did, play defense. Like that's what like really worked out for me. So like I thought that would be a great fit here. And a whole lot of like new players coming in. Like rebuilding, like to be like something special. So I was wanting to be part of something special here.
Right, exactly. That's awesome. Yeah, your freshman class has looked pretty good so far, coming in with Tyler St. Furcy, Jack Kavanaugh, and Tyler Sagal. You guys are all great guys. I've come to know you guys pretty well, and we're glad to have you, of course. So what about Marist made you want to come here? Like, what about the campus, academics? Like, what else?
Marist, first and foremost, when I came here, the campus was beautiful. Like, I was like, wow, this place is nice. So like the campus kind of like immersed me first, and then I kind of got like to see like how the campus, where I met the people, how engaged, like how like interested they were in like having me here, like how they're just happy to have me here just on my visit. So I was like, that was pretty amazing. So that was probably like kind of the biggest part of just me like deciding this is where I want to go.
Yeah, that's great. So, what do you think about life here so far?
Life here is good. Schedule is rigorous. You gotta work. That's the difference between college and high school. The schedule is different, and the workload is different. So it's been a good transition, but like it's a different.
Yeah, so far in practices, you felt like, well, obviously you played with such good competition already. So like, how has that helped you in terms of playing at this level?
Physicality, just getting like ready for the physicality in college. Like it's a lot more physical, a lot more athletes. So like just having that like caliber of athlete in like high school, and like physicality already, like you just prepared in a sense for college.
Right. Yeah. See, I can imagine like you're one of the best athletes on the team. I can't imagine, you had much sort of as much resistance in high school as you do now.
Yeah.
So is that like been hard, or where have you been able to pick and choose like when you're able to showcase your athleticism in college practices, or how has that been different than high school where you probably could just do it whenever you wanted, right? Like
exactly. Yeah.
Come down the lane and throw one down on people.
Yeah. That's one of the things I remember in high school. Coaches be like, "Go dunk it on somebody."
Right. Catch lobs and all that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like one of them. Like college is just like more like, I feel like it's more structured. You just gotta play through like how you're playing, what system you're playing through,
right? Like
what you're running or whatever. So like I feel like I just gotta showcase that in like whatever opportunity I get. So like whenever opportunity arises, I'll take it.
Right.
Showcase my athleticism.
Exactly. Awesome. And so, what has been your greatest basketball achievement so far?
Probably earning Division I scholarships.
That was?
Yeah, I mean, achievements like as in like accolades. I'd probably say winning the New Jersey Prep State Championship and Regional Championship at Blair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Did that mean a lot to your family when you got the offer here, or
yeah, that meant
you
a
got
lot.
your first offer?
Yeah, like my mom is very proud of me. Like my family is very proud of me. They still like push me every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anyone over here, or are they all still back in Australia?
I have like some family living over here, but like all my family, direct family, like live in Australia. Yeah.
So do you? What's like the time difference? Do you find it hard to communicate with them at times?
Yeah, it's difficult because like it's 15-hour time difference. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so like it's hard to get in contact with them. It's like sometimes it's morning here and it's night over there. It's night over there. It's morning over here.
Right. Exactly. And so, Do they watch you play on the? Well, Marist luckily has ESPN capabilities to broadcast their games on ESPN3, ESPNU sometimes. So, is that been like a blessing for you guys for them to be able to watch you play on the ESPN platforms, or like where were they able to find you at Blair? Like, how do they watch you play?
It's mainly through like live stream links at Blair. When we played at Blair, we had like live streams for our games, so that was an opportunity for them to watch. Here's been good for like they've been able to get on the ESPN, right? And, like get a few games, and even if it's like the listening like podcasts, like just for the games too. Like they'd be listening.
What are you most excited for about playing here? I know season's already started. You know, we got game day today. We're about to head on the bus and go to Fordham in a couple hours. So, what are you most excited for as the season progresses?
I'm more excited like about the growth of our team. Like we have a lot of potential, and we're just like scratching the surface.
Right, no doubt.
And we've been working for sure. So like, I'm excited about the growth and see what happens with like we keep trusting the process and keep working towards like our ultimate goal.
Right, absolutely. That's a MAC championship. You
Yes,
already
sir.
know.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I know you have a relationship with Luol Deng, right?
Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about that.
Luol actually he went to Blair. Like he was a Blair alum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he went from Blair to Duke to the league. So
right.
But Luol, he's been like a great like resource, great like mentor to like a lot of like young South Sudanese kids. He's like he's open to like speaking to anybody. He'll help anybody. He just creates opportunities for so many people. It's like that's like really big time like for what he does for the community.
Yeah, because I thought it was funny. Remember over the summer, like you're just walking down the hallway, you had like a Lakers shirt on or something. I was like, oh, that's a nice shirt. You're like, thanks, I got it from Luol. I'm like, Luol Deng, like you know him.
Yeah, he's a really like genuine person. Like even though like all the like stardom, like he's an NBA superstar, like big time contracts, everything. He's just genuine person.
That's awesome. That's great. I already asked you this, but sort of talk about who you grew up watching in the NBA. Besides, like I know you say Kevin Durant, but talk about who you try to maybe emulate your game after, or like who was your favorite player. Like who did you like to watch? Basically,
so starting off, it was definitely Kobe.
Okay.
When I was young,
I see you being a Kobe guy.
Kobe was the best player to me. I love watching Kobe. Like my mom loved Kobe, even though she didn't know basketball as well. Like everybody loved Kobe. Like so, Kobe's like my first like favorite basketball player. But then as I continue watching, like started like get my own like idea of I was like Kevin Durant's my favorite player. Yeah. Okay. But I love LeBron. Like him and
LeBron too.
Yeah, LeBron's a great. Like that's.
All right, so you don't hold discriminations against, because I like Kobe. It was Kobe and LeBron sort of back in the day, like when we were little kids. Yeah. And now it's like more LeBron, KD, like who's the best player in the world. Yeah. And so you just sort of appreciate the greatness. You don't try to like pit them against each other.
No.
I can respect that. Yeah. Henry, you're a good guy.
For sure.
Exactly. So, well, what are your thoughts on who the GOAT is?
Michael Jordan.
Okay. So you still have respect for... Okay. You still believe... Okay. All right. I'll give it to you for now.
No doubt.
I'll give it to you for now. All right. So, what do you think about the rise in popularity of basketball in the NBL and in Australia? For example, you look at Australia right now, they have like what 7-8 guys in the NBA. Yeah, like they got Ben Simmons, Joe Ingles, Aaron Baines,
Patty Mills,
Bogut is in and out. But who else? Like they have Dante Exum. Like, have you been able to meet or talk to any of those guys? And what do you think about just basketball's growth in the country?
It's been great, especially for Australia. Like, it's growing. Like, basketball is booming in Australia right now. Like, when I was back at home, Ben Simmons held his camp there.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so, like, one of my coach that sent me to Blair, he was there with Ben Simmons. They, like, kind of ran it. He was there with Ben Simmons, so it was pretty cool, like, for that to happen. But, like, basketball is really growing. Like, the NBL, like, even dudes from, like, the United States, they going over to play high school, like LaMelo, RJ Hampton. Yeah. Like, it's growing.
Yeah, what do you think about LaMelo and RJ? Like, how do you think they were. How did you think before they went over to Australia they were going to fit in that league? And what do you think about them now?
I thought they would do pretty good. I didn't think LaMelo would be this good. LaMelo, he like his game like completely transformed. Like he's really good. He's a pro. So like his game really showed out in Australia.
Yeah. And so, how do you feel about Australia's success in the World Cup? You saw them make it to, I think, what was it, fourth?
Yeah.
They placed fourth in the world standings and world rankings now. And so what do you think about this means going forward? We got to get Ben Simmons to play in something.
We got to get Ben,
So, like, what do you think about the country and where it's going moving forward?
It's only growing. It's only going to get better. Like, we have, like, a whole lot of great players that have just begun to, like, come out and, like, play in, like, the United States, different pro leagues over the world. So, like, when they all come back to Australia, we have a lot of talent we can showcase against, like, the best teams in the world.
And all right, so a little bit off topic, but what do you think the biggest misconception is about Australia in America?
That there's just like spiders and kangaroos running around, and koalas, like people riding kangaroos. Yeah.
Like what is the wildlife actually like over there?
It is kind of crazy. Like we have like the most poisonous snakes, spiders, but like. That's more like in the outback. The more like suburban areas, like metropolitan areas, like it's not as bad. Like you'll be living like regularly, like how you live here. Like there'll be no kangaroos and spiders.
There's no snakes falling through your ceiling? Because I saw there was a viral video on Twitter of a snake like falling through. Like someone had like a glass window, or like what is it called? A skylight, and the snake was like on top of the skylight, and it like fell into their bedroom.
Wow, I mean. It really depends where you live. I'm not gonna lie to you. Australia's kind of like that, but like it depends where you live.
Are you intrigued by any of that? Like, do they have opportunities for you and go to check out the wildlife and
Definitely,
stuff, like zoos and all that?
Yeah, I've been to like Taronga Zoo, like it's like the most popular zoo in Sydney. I've been numerous like rainforests and like things for like excursions, etc. So like it's been fun to like see that. Like I'm like in tune with like stuff in like Australia like that.
Okay, good. All right, so now we're just going to talk a little bit about non-basketball stuff. Well, we already started, so talk to me about your hobbies. I know you like to listen to music. You're a big sleep guy.
Big sleep guy. Take my naps. Need my naps.
Nap guy. And like, talk to me about what else you like to do in your free time.
I mean, I just like to get things done. Like, I just like either from my free time, I'll probably just hang out with my friends most of the time. Or, like, I'll be just watching, like, some anime, some shows.
Right.
Or just hang out, basically. Yeah.
What's your favorite anime?
Naruto.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z, but Naruto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is good, too?
That's great. That's amazing.
So I gotta start watching anime. Everyone talks about it. Like, the people who know anime and talk about it, like they talk about it like it's the greatest thing on the planet.
It'll really change your life. I promise you. It really will.
Okay. So, a couple weeks ago, we had an issue. It was a bit of a disagreement among the team. And I want to hear because I think I already know where you stand in terms of this sort of debate we had.
Yeah.
And I just want to know why. Okay. So, a couple weeks ago, there was a big argument about who was better.
Okay.
Tyler, the Creator, or A Boogie.
Yep.
And a couple people came up with this preposterous take that A Boogie was better than Tyler, the Creator. So, I want to hear what you think about this current debate and what you have to say.
Well, I agree with these people. I believe, in my opinion, A Boogie is a better artist. Like, I think A Boogie is a better artist. But if we're speaking like versatility, Tyler is definitely a more versatile artist. I like Tyler, the Creator. I listen to a few of Tyler, the Creator. I'm not like a huge fan, but I listen to Tyler.
Okay.
But I listen to A Boogie a lot more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I want to hear okay, Tyler dropped an album, right, this year.
Correct.
Okay, Igor.
Yep.
Igor. Better than anything A Boogie's ever done.
That is preposterous.
No, explain to me. Explain it.
It's blasphemous.
Like, what? Name one song that could top anything that's on Igor. The entire album was crazy.
Still Think About You.
That by A Boogie?
Jungle.
Jungle by A Boogie.
Yes.
I've never heard of either one of those songs.
You must educate yourself. You must educate yourself. A Boogie's really like that.
Okay. No, I refuse to believe it because, like, did you listen to Flower Boy?
I listened to a little bit of Flower Boy.
Okay. The song "See You Again."
So I don't know like that.
Okay.
I'm more of like an old Tyler Yonkers. Like
yes. See, that song is insane. It goes so hard.
Super.
And then you listen to some of the stuff that came out on Igor. Man, this guy's like range is ridiculous.
It is.
It's like he's like approaching Drake territory if you think about it. You know, and like no offense to A Boogie, I just like I can't mess with some of his songs, bro.
Why?
Like he doesn't get me hype. Okay.
Wow.
He doesn't. Name one song that like you would put on like a workout playlist.
OD.
Mm-hmm. Wait, see where are these songs you're coming up with? I've never heard of any one of these songs. Have any of them become like really popular?
No, that's a great. Thank you for saying that because we actually looked into it. Who has more platinum, gold records? A Boogie has like far more like platinum and gold records than Tyler the Creator. Facts.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Facts.
You know, you can believe what you want to believe, but I believe that Tyler the Creator is a much better artist than A Boogie. I've never really paid attention to A Boogie because he's not as good.
And that's why you don't think he's a better artist because you haven't paid much attention to him.
But like, I think that part of what makes you a good artist is like gathering people's attention. You know what I mean? Like
that's what A Boogie's done.
He's gathered your attention.
He's gathered like. If he has more platinum and gold records, and he has a lot of attention from a lot of people.
Oh my God! See, this is how I know I'm getting old. You know, because now the freshmen come in and they start to come up with these preposterous takes. Because who else was on your side on this? Was it just the freshmen versus the upperclassmen?
Matt Harazmi.
Okay, so that's a sophomore. It's another young gun.
Yeah, we had Tyler St. Fursey, Tyler Sagal, Jack Kavanaugh.
Oh, see all the young guys, all the guys 19 and
Braden
under
Bell
on the team. Yep, all the guys 19 and under on the team. You know, us old heads over here, 20 plus. We know where it's at. We know what's good music.
You guys gotta listen to the new school.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so talk to me about some of your other favorite artists.
Let's do like a whole like variety of music. Obviously, Drake is up there. Mm-hmm. NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
Polo G.
Yeah. I never heard of him.
Yeah, he's an artist out of Chicago.
Okay.
I listen to a whole variety of music. I can't tell you where like I don't stand on like one just listening to one like, but like my favorite artists like I like Young Thug, Future,
right,
Gunna.
Yep. Okay. I like that for sure. All right, Henry. It's been great having you on. It's been great talking to you. Probably going to have you on again sometime in the future. Definitely. We're going to have to get on here and we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to get more into this A Boogie versus anybody debate because I really don't think he's a great artist. Like, if you take, like, relative to all the other artists out there, he's obviously in the top 1% because he's gone platinum. He's made all these hit records, but like if we're comparing him to the other 1%, I'm just like, you know,
just please just go listen to Artists and then come back and talk to me.
Artist that's the album. It's called Artist.
Yeah.
Is that the okay? All right. Yeah, because I haven't listened to A Boogie since like freshman year, and he came here my freshman year actually. Yeah, I didn't go.
What? You had the opportunity to see A Boogie, did not go.
No, I didn't go. Yeah, It was on a school night. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Doesn't matter what night it is. You got to go see A Boogie.
Yeah, okay. And then last year, I think we had...
Ness?
No, Ness has been here. Like,
he produced for A Boogie.
Right. He graduated last year, I think. But who came last year?
It was A$AP Ferg.
Right. Yeah. Ferg came. I like Ferg. He's okay. What do you think about A$AP and like A$AP Mob and all that?
A$AP Mob. I like A$AP 12E.
Okay.
Big fan of A$AP 12E. A$AP Rocky, of course.
Right.
I listen to Ferg too. I like a mess with Ferg. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think Rocky's pretty good. His album Testing. Mm-hmm. You remember that one?
I listen to Testing as much, but I listen more like the older Rocky.
Like what is it? The album that like Ghetto Symphony was on. What's that called?
Was that LSD? Was it called LSD?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good song too.
Yeah.
And then he had what was the song? Effing Problems.
Yeah.
That was the hit.
That was a hit
back in my back in high school. I used to listen to that song all the time.
Yeah.
You already know, Effing Problems. All right. So it's been great talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Please come out to more Marist men's basketball games. Check out my boy Henry, number 10.
Yes, sir.
Coming in there. He's a young gun freshman, athletic, can shoot it a little bit. He does it all pretty much. He does it all. So I want to thank everybody for listening.